Government Newsom San Francisco officials announced task force to investigate opioid overdose deaths like homicides in Francisco. A new joint law enforcement task force to investigate opioid-linked deaths in order to hold drug dealers accountable in San Francisco was announced Friday by Governor Gavin Newsom and city officials. The new task force is aimed at building on the state's existing law enforcement partnership with San Francisco, launched earlier this year, that instructed the California Highway Patrol and California National Guard to use their resources to assist the city with its fentanyl trafficking crisis. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than the task force's mission will be to investigate opioid overdose deaths like homicides and pass along evidence to prosecutors connecting drug deaths to specific dealers. Also read, San Francisco to get $267 million in settlement from companies accused of fueling opioid crisis. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than the governor's office, along with San Francisco Mayor London Breed, District Attorney Brooke Jenkins, and SFPD Chief Bill Scott announced the formation of the new task force that will include participation from the San Francisco Police Department, the San Francisco District Attorney's Office, the CHP, and the California National Guard. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than. The task force will treat opioid deaths in San Francisco similar to homicide cases, employing standard operating procedures to document deaths, gather relevant evidence, process intelligence to further map out the supply of fentanyl and large crime syndicates, and hold drug traffickers accountable, the release on the task force said. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than also read, BART grapples with the opioid crisis as overdose deaths in system hit new high. The opioid crisis has claimed too many, and fentanyl traffickers must be held accountable, including, as appropriate, for murder. This task force is fighting for those affected by this crisis, for victims and loved ones who deserve peace, Newsom was quoted in the release. Working together, we will continue providing treatment and resources to help those struggling with substance use, and secure justice for families who have lost loved ones. Fentanyl is deadlier than any drug we've ever seen on our streets, Mayor London Breed said in the release. We must treat the trafficking and sale of fentanyl more severely, and people must be put on notice that pushing this drug could lead to homicide charges. Also read, San Francisco health officials hope data on drug use will provide answers in fentanyl crisis. San Francisco has seen significant success from the deployment of CHP to combat the opioid crisis. In its first 6 weeks of the operation that started in April, the California Highway Patrol seized enough fentanyl to kill all of the city's population nearly 3 times over.